Hi everyone, it's Tawney. If you're new to my channel, thanks for checking me out. I film lots of makeup content, the occasional vlog, but I really just like to talk about makeup, and I like to sit down and film with makeup and play with makeup. So this channel is solely makeup. So if you're here for that, great. Subscribe, hit the ring notification bell so you get notified when I upload my videos. And if you're not into makeup, you can stick around and see if you might be, or you know. So today's video, we are going to be doing an anti-haul, and I have not done one of these in a hot minute, and I feel like I have missed out on some good stuff to talk about. So I gathered together a bunch of products that seemed really interesting and like products I had opinions on. So don't forget to let your put your comments in the comment section down below on what you think about some of these products, on if you'd buy any of these, if you like some of these collections that have come out, or if they're just not your cup of tea. Most of these products are things I would never pick up and purchase, so we're just gonna have fun and talk about the makeup. First up is a collection that I am honestly surprised even came out. And then I was like, why am I surprised? Like, everybody is milking off of like different brands and products and trying to like formulate them into a makeup collection. So like, why is this anything that I should be like surprised by? And it is the collaboration with Frosted Flakes, you know, cereal from Kellogg's, and Glamlite. Glamlite is one of those brands that like, we shouldn't be surprised this is the brand. It's between Hip Dot and Glamlite. And honestly, like, we have another, I think we have one from Hip Dot coming up later in the video. I really like the way the palette looks, but I know myself, and I know I would never use those products. I love blues. Blues catch my attention every single time I see them in a palette, but I would never ever use those blues. So they kind of just get like forgotten about, or the palette just gets left on a shelf and I just never pay attention to it. And it's like, you wasted your money on a palette with shadows you're not going to use because you don't use them because they don't look good on you. Like, don't buy them. I really like the way it looks, but I'm not purchasing that. And I really wanted to talk about the highlighter. So there's a loose highlighter. It's a bowl of Frosted Flakes. I mean, I can't, it's so weird. Like, I never thought this would have been a thing. I guess it's like gold and like the actual Frosted Flakes are like what the highlighter is, but I'm confused about the yellow, like the what would be like the white milk, because the milk is like on the bottom underneath the Frosted Flakes. So like the picture isn't really helping me understand how it would work. I think it's interesting, but do I need a bowl of Frosted Flakes to put on my face for highlighter? No, I don't. So I'm not purchasing from this collection. I think it's interesting, but it's not for me. Next up is the Kylie Cosmetics Mauve Palette and Bronze Palette. I was so uninterested in this when I saw this. I was just like, we've seen this from every other brand possible. Why do we need this posted? I mean, Manny's brand, Lunar Beauty, just came out with a nude palette, and I thought the same thing. I'm like, we have nude palettes. Everybody's done this. You don't need to come out with your own. Like, I guess if you're a brand, you need to have your own so that everybody will come to you instead of everyone else. But it's like, everybody's done this. So why? Like, I'm just not, I like the mauve palette. I think the colors are pretty, and the picture that I'm going to have being posted up here makes them look really nice, but I think it's just the editing of the picture, of the palette. I really don't think it's that the palette actually looks that good. So I'm not really like floored by it. It's not something I would pick up ever. Like, a lot of the Kylie brand products have to be like really, really good in order for me to even be interested in them. And then even better than that for me to actually buy them, because I've not bought a single thing. Next up is the Stranger Things and MAC Cosmetics collection. It has an eyeshadow palette, lip glosses, it says glasses, but I don't know if it's supposed to be lip glosses, brushes, blushes, and other sorts of things. I don't care about the lip products. I'm never interested in a lip product when it comes to a collection. It has to be like a really good nude, a really nice gloss that like I feel like I'd actually use in order for me to get it, because lip products are not something I ever think about in a palette, in a collection. It's just something that like I glaze over and I'm like, okay, where's the palette at? Where's the highlighter at? Where's like the actual products that are worth getting at, you know? And the palettes, like the darker one with the green, the red, and the blue, I think are interesting. And I think they did a good job picking out colors from the movie. But I feel like sometimes brands pick they pick a theme. Like, I'm gonna go with the XX Revolution Powerpuff Girl collection. This one is Buttercup. You can see Buttercup is lots of darks and greens, and she has like very nude apricot colored skin. And you open it up, that's exactly what you see in here. It's not really based off her grungy aesthetic so much as it's based off what she looks like. Like, this one's a little bit better with it, but it's still like they're going off of what they look like and not what they actually are. Like, Stranger Things is a very dark, nostalgic, like, gory type of show. I feel like I'm describing it like how I remember watching it, so I'm sorry if I'm not doing the greatest of jobs, but to me it's very dark, but it also has that nostalgia because, like, the last season was all about the mall, and, like, the mall just opened, so I feel like you could do a lot of, like, the 80s type stuff with that and still keep it kind of grungy because the show's very dark and mysterious. But I feel like this just kind of, like, they take, like, the basic top layer and make a collection, like most brands do. And I'm not calling out MAC specifically, but, like, this has just, like, been on my mind for a while since I've seen this picture with, like, 2 weeks ago, I guess. But it's just, like, brands pick the top layer of a product, of a show, of a movie, of a character, of any kind of, like, a cereal. You know what I mean? They pick the top layer, but the essence is what we want. Like, whenever Colourpop came out with both of their Hocus Pocus palettes, people were so uninterested. You did not take the essence of the movie and make it into a palette. Make the palette look like the book from the movie. You know, the book. Make it look like book. And then on the inside, make it be very dark, like dark fall, mysterious, fall colors, nudes, browns, black. Make it very deep and mysterious. And then that way, people will be interested in it because it looks like you actually watched the movie and then made the palette after you watched it. We don't care if you just saw the movie cover. What is that supposed to do for us? It means nothing. It means you're not a true fan. And please tell me if you agree with me, because I'd really like to know if I'm actually speaking some truth or if I'm just thinking the wrong thing. And you know, because sometimes I get it in my head of one thing and it's actually another thing, but I can't process that they're two separate things. So then my brain's like, you know, and I don't know that I'm wrong because this is what I'm thinking. So please tell me in the comment section. Next up is the new Sunbeam Cheek and Eye Shade from Chantecaille. It's an all-in-one gel/powder formula that gives eyes and cheeks a sun-kissed gleam of warmth that instantly flatters and defines. It's $82. That's a flat no. I think it's pretty. I like the packaging. I really like how it's like that see-through with the green and like the pattern on the front. I think it is amazingly cute. I love it. I'm here for it, but I'm not picking that up. $82 is a lot of money for one product. And I'm sorry, Chantecaille, but you're not worth it. Not to me anyway. I mean, you could be worth it for the $82, but not for my $82. I'm telling you, like, it's too much. Next up is something I'm actually thinking about getting. It's the Nubian Earth collection from Juvia's Place, and it has a palette, lip glosses, and lipsticks, and I really like the palette. I like that swirly shade, and I know that whenever they put out swirly shades and palettes, any brand that does it, it's mainly just one color. It's not going to be both colors. It's kind of just like mixed together, I guess. But I'm really intrigued by it. And I love browns, and I know that I would get use out of this. That's the only reason I'm actually thinking about it, is that I use browns all the time, so I know I would get use out of this. I'm not the biggest fan of their formula. Like, it's okay. It's not like, wow, it's amazing. Like, it's the best formula. Like, I know certain YouTubers love their stuff and will never get rid of anything they have. And I have some Juvia's Place palettes, but I've gotten rid of one of them. I gave it to my sister because she actually wanted it. And I was like, I'm never using this. Like, it just sits in my collection. They're nice shades to have and they're nice palettes to have, but they're not like wowing me. This one I feel like is kind of wowing me. I might pick it up maybe if it goes on sale or like I have a coupon at Ulta or something. But I mean, I like it. This is what I could actually see myself getting. Next up is the Gilded Desert collection from Morphe. It has the 35U Gilded Desert Artistry Palette. So why does it say 35U? What does the U mean? I'd really like to understand. There's been like 1,035,000. Are they getting down to like the next one would be V? Like, is that what I'm not quite getting it. Unless there's just no meaning behind it. They're just throwing it out there. The palette on first glance looks like a palette they've had in the past that they already have. And it honestly looks like they could have just thrown a bunch of shadows they already had into a palette, called it this, and sent it out. But Morphe hasn't put out a palette in quite a little bit, at least to my knowledge, that's this size. So I honestly feel like there's a little bit more thought put into it. I think the like branding of this being the Gilded Desert is kind of nice because I feel like it separates it a little bit more from just being like a Morphe palette. It actually has a theme to it and it like seems a little bit more thought out. And I think like coming out now when we've had the Met Gala that was the gilded theme. I feel like that's really interesting and like cool that they did a play on that. I don't know if anybody else would pick up on that, but I've picked up on that, and I don't even give a crap about the Met Gala. I think it's the stupidest thing ever, but that's just my personal opinion. But looking up closely, I actually like some of the shimmers, and I think they're really nice, but the bottom 2 rows just look so similar that it's just like, eh. Like, it's not really doing enough. Plus, I already have so many palettes like this that there's no way I would buy it, even if I did buy Morphe. But I'd like to know if you guys would be interested in something like that, or if you guys are actually going to pick it up, because I'd like to know who actually still buys Morphe and who's interested in them, because as a brand, I've kind of lost all interest in them, and I think it's more so because the brand is like a terrible reputation, without being rude. I think they're just such a terrible reputation for a brand that it makes me like less likely to buy from them, so I'm never paying attention to what they put out. Next up is the Infinite Chrome Flakes in Pride from Danessa Myricks. It is $25, and it looks like it is a, let me zoom in on the picture. Yeah, multi-chrome. Okay. I think this is cute, and I think this is a good idea. This is all we need. Like, this is like, if this is the only thing I saw come out for Pride, this would be it. This is all I need. I saw it, I'm like, oh, here we go. Pride's coming out. Now we're going to get all these collections from brands who don't care about Pride, who are missing the whole point of Pride, putting out these rainbow collections. But I'm like, this isn't too bad. I'm like, this is kind of nice. I wouldn't pick it up because I love multi-chromes. I think they're so pretty. I think they look really nice. They're very appealing when you look at them, but would I ever use them? No. For my job, when I would wear a look like this, would I ever wear a multi-chrome? No. So it's just a waste of money for me. I really wanted to get into them, but then I was like, would I really use that? I don't even use shimmers half the time. Like, I don't use glitter. Like, this is just not for me. But I'm like, man, if you use them, this is definitely the brand to pick up, because I've heard very good things about Danessa Myricks, and they're now in Sephora, apparently. So that's really cool. Next up, we have our Hip Dot collection. We were waiting for this. It's the Cup of Noodles collection. There's a pigment palette, a lip and cheek trio, a Cup of Noodles puff, which is the box exclusive, makeup bag, and chopsticks that are all box exclusive items. The palette's $26, which I think is a little overpriced considering you're only getting 8 shades. I think it's really cute, and I think they kept the aesthetic really well. Like, what can you do with Cup of Noodles? I'm really glad they kept with like more of a yellow tone, yellow and orange, because like that is Cup of Noodles. I think the lip product, the lip and cheek trio, those are actually really cute, and I like the packaging that they come in. I think they're really interesting. I like the chopsticks, but what do I need them for? But I think it's a cute collection. I've heard negative things about their performance of the products that they put out when it comes to collections like these. So I feel like you could try it, but err on the side of caution that like, no, it might not be as good as you're expecting it just because you're really excited about it being Cup of Noodles. But I think it's interesting. I really do. Next up, we have the Colourpop and Star Wars collection, and I'm not purchasing anything from this, although if this palette were to ever go on sale, I'm gonna pick it up. I actually kind of like this. I am like, they have the biggest fan. I am like the lowest fan when it comes to Star Wars. I'm not into space stuff. So that's kind of I'm just not into space. This palette though, I saw this and I'm like, the packaging on the outside is actually really nice. I mean, I don't know how Star Wars people feel, but I like this. Then again, I'm very easygoing when it comes to collections from Colourpop. Like, if other people don't like them, I typically really like it. Like, I liked a lot of the sports ones. I liked the Hocus Pocus palette. I think the one that didn't have them like super animated on the front, the uglier one, it was the other one I really liked. I thought it was really nice. I think it might have been the first one that was like the better one. The second one had them drawn on it and it kind of looked a little dumb. Like, I just didn't like it. But like, I'm a sucker for these things and I fall into it, and I am like the key demographic aside from not buying them for Colourpop. Like, they're like, even though I don't like Star Wars, this is like, I actually like this. And I love how the inside of the packaging is that like black sparkle, like with the stars. Oh, that is like, whoo, I love it. I love it. I just can't. And then I look at it and I'm like, I love the shimmers. I love the mattes. The blue's really nice, even though I know I wouldn't use the blue. I really like those like marbled galaxy looking shades. I'm thinking they're really cool. But then again, I feel like I'm just getting suckered into this and it's not actually that great. You know, like to me, this is like everything. But to everyone else, it's probably crap. But you know what? Don't buy it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm like trying to talk myself into this at this point. I think it's really interesting. Then again, I wouldn't pick up any of the lip products, none of the jelly products. But the palette, I don't know. If it goes on sale, I might buy it because it's pretty. And it's only $24. That's not too bad. So I really like this next item on Trendmood's post. When I first saw this, it made me laugh. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, okay, this is what, okay. So it says, after a few years of makeup free, Alicia Keys is going back to color. After a few years of not making money off of makeup, we're going to put out makeup so we can make money. Tell me that I'm not the only one who thinks this. Please tell me in the comments. I really want to know. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's for the money, not because you care about tinting your cheeks. That's not it at all. It's, okay, they are sheer flush cheek tints with sunflower seed oil. Don't really like that it has oil in it just because I feel like it'll be oily. They're $22 each. I like the shades of them, especially the orange one. But yeah, I just want to share my thoughts with you on that because I just thought it was really funny how they worded that. And I was like, for money, you don't really care about the makeup. It's just about the money. And she's Alicia Keys. So maybe she doesn't. I don't know. To me, you know? Okay, next up, not buying any of this. It's the Banana Fetish collection from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. There is the Artistry palette, $52 average for Jeffree. It looks very plain and basic. There's a lot of nudes, like 1 or 2 yellows. What's up with the blue and pink? It's bananas don't have blue and pink. Where the F is the blue and pink in bananas? Please tell me I don't understand this. I'm not watching the video where he talks about it or anything. I don't care about it enough to know. But I'm just honestly like, what the heck? I don't get it. And then there's the F-Proof mascara, which is like, I'm surprised you haven't come out with it yet. But technically, isn't Better Than Sex the exact same thing? We've seen this how many years ago? I think it's been out since at least 2016. I think it might have been like the mascara in 2016. Then there's the Banana Fetish lip mask, the body scrub, the hydrating moisturizer, which is interesting that he's going into more skincare. And I'd heard that the brand was actually going to start doing that, but I didn't actually know because I don't keep tabs on the brand at all to know anything. To me, this collection, I get it. And I think having a banana powder, this is like the perfect time to introduce it. I think a yellow palette would be really nice, but I'm just like, there's not much yellow. What? I just don't, the Honey palette from Colourpop, closer to banana than this. That's all I'm saying. Next up is the Dew Wet Balm and Sweetwater from Danessa Myricks again. I think it's a she. This brand is starting to become a lot more popular, and I'm here for it because I've heard very good things. It says a highlighting, hydrating face and body balm that creates a buildable wash of shimmer. This actually looks really pretty. I don't feel like I'd buy it. I don't like the thought of it being a balm. I just feel like, to me, like with my oily skin, it's not a good combination. But I don't mind it. And I think it's actually kind of cute. And I like the shade because it's very like watermelon-y for the summer. So I definitely think that's like a cool, you know, I think it's interesting. I'm just not picking it up because it's just personally not for me. Next up is the Be Perfect and Makeup by Alina. I think that's how, I don't honestly know even who that is. The Rain palette, and then there's like some other stuff that comes with it. Really pretty. I wish I were into glitter. I wish I were into color because this is so pretty. Everything Be Perfect does with color is always so like, every time I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. But I feel like it's one of those like, remember how Lisa Frank used to have like coloring books and everything was very like rainbow, but like with the black background kind of a thing? This is the vibe I'm getting off of this brand. So I feel like my childhood is like, you need this. And then realistically, I'm like, you don't wear color. Like, it's not for you. But I really like this, and I think it's really cute. So if you pick it up, I feel like it'd be worth getting. Next up is the Apricot Me Not collection from Colourpop. And I have to say, I like a lot of the, I guess, companion products to the palette. I don't really care for the palette. I feel like it's just not like, it's alright, but it's not like wowing me. Maybe some glitters, even though I know some people that don't really like the glitter in the Colourpop palettes, like inside of them. Not that they don't like the formula, but like I feel like the glitter would make it like a little bit poppier, maybe like a gold or champagne-y gold type color. But I really like the, what are they? The Super Shock shadows. I think those look really nice, and I really like the blush or highlighter, whatever that is. I think it's really, really pretty, but the rest of the collection's just not doing it for me. Like I like it, but I'm just like, like I'm not gonna buy it. It's just all right. Next up is another thing I'm not gonna buy, but I think it's all right. They're the Blursh lights from Makeup by Mitchell, or it says made by Mitchell, so it's his brand. I hate the word Blursh. I feel like I don't mind moist, but Blursh is moist for other people for me. You know what I mean? Like, Blursh is the word that if I heard that all the time, I'd be like, don't say that again. I don't like it. I think these are really pretty. I think they'd be better more as like glitter toppers or just glitters on your eye, like shimmery, glittery things. Not so much on your cheek because of the swatch you can see in the picture. They look very, very intense. And I don't feel like they'd be very good as like on your cheek. Like it'd be too much, which some people might like that. But to me, on the eye, oh my gosh. Some of these are like, I kind of want these. The ones that are very like goldy white, that like champagne-y color, those are the ones that I'm like, oh my gosh, I want it. But like not on the cheek. On the eye though. On the eye, oh my gosh. That would look so pretty. Next up is the Tinted Moisture Balm from Jones Road Beauty. I don't feel like I've ever heard of this brand, or maybe I have and I just didn't really pay much attention to it. I hate balms. I have to say I hate balms. I don't like balm foundations. I have the one from KVD Vegan Beauty, and it's okay. It's not my favorite. I don't like it as much as people said they did, but I'm a full coverage type of person, so I feel like 5 years ago me might have liked it. But 2020 me is just like, ooh, that's clogging your pores like you wouldn't believe. And it's just like, I don't need it. I don't have that bad of acne to need to hide everything that badly. Like a normal liquid foundation is plenty. The balm is not necessary anymore. So this is just like, ooh, it's just like, it just makes my face hurt. Like honestly, like it's just giving me that kind of like, ugh. But I have to say, I want to talk about this. The shades. The deep shades look nice. I can't really speak to them because I'm not a deep shade person. I can only speak to the light shades. This is not porcelain. Porcelain should be this. This should be porcelain. That porcelain probably wouldn't work on my face. Or if it did, it'd probably be a little bit too pink toned. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm not wrong. I feel like I'm not wrong. Porcelain Fair and Light, I feel like are way too light. Beige starts out great, but I feel like those other shades need to be lighter. They're just not doing it for me. I just don't feel like any of these shades will work for me. So this is a hard pass. So, and I'm just not. It's just not. Next up is the Faux Filter Concealer from Huda Beauty. I have to say, I think this was a great move by Huda Beauty. I feel like if they could make it a little less mattifying than their foundation, this could be like, wow. Like this could be great. Because everyone liked the foundation. I mean, it was a little bit mattifying for a lot of people, but they also really liked the bronzer. So I feel like the concealer is like, they needed this. Like this is like great move. I think this is a good marketing move for them. And I'm really interested to see how it works and to see if people like it, because I'm very intrigued by this. I think it actually looks really nice. So that is all I have to talk about today. It was kind of a short anti-haul, but I'm hoping to do more in the future so I can keep them going. Because like Teresa is Dead does so many new makeup nonsense bingo. I think that's exactly what it's supposed to be called. New makeup nonsense bingo. She does so many of those back to back to back, and I wanted to keep up doing back to back to back to like keep the, you know, keep my opinions coming, keep me talking about the makeup, keep videos rolling, you know, for you guys. And I really slacked and dropped the ball on this one, but I hope you guys can forgive me and you at least like this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you then. Bye.